Hello everyone, this is Heidi Hancock with Double Magenta Intuitive Energy Healing, and let's call this your soul message for March 2020. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I normally put these out once a month, and I had stopped last month in February because I was going through such a transition myself. I felt like I was being deeply called to throw everything into the compost pile and start over and see what I became. A scary and difficult process, but I gave way to it. And as the times have moved on, I realized that we are actually all being asked to do that. And so I am back to help offer support and strength and advice for this time, because obviously it's unprecedented. So first, blessings to all of you. I hope that you are all doing well. Wherever you are, and I hope that you're getting the support that you need. Before I go into the current energy of the time and talking about this coronavirus epidemic and what it's doing for all of us, I want to track back a little bit and talk slightly about February. So the last one of these messages that I did was in January, and I talked about the year of 2020 being a 4, which is the number of stability and structure and foundation and balance, right? So I knew that that was what was going to be happening for this year. And off in the distance, I could feel this darkness, like a bottleneck that we were going to have to go through to get there. I didn't realize it would be this big. And I didn't even report on it because I knew, I just figured I'd leave that for February. And then I ended up not doing a February message, which is the first time in 2 years that I haven't done that. So there was that, and I thought that I was being personally called to it, and it was so intense and so interpersonal, I didn't even feel like I could report on it. So now that I know, oh, hang on, this was all happening for the collective, I want to talk about this time and what it means for us, because I know that it can be really easy to go to the fear and to go to desperation and, kind of freaking out about everything, economics, the whole thing. But what we have all known, whether we know it consciously or not, is the way that we have been living is unsustainable. We've known that for a long time. I don't think there's any adult that is really like, hey, this is so great. This is totally what I dreamed of for my life when I was a young kid. Even if you're doing the profession that you want to be doing, even if you're with the family of your dreams, and all of that is wonderful, the structure and the container that we live in does not make us feel very happy, especially in the US. We have this kind of, being thrown on the conveyor belt and just being grinded through the times, instead of really being present and conscious in the center of ourselves and operating from the inside out. And so this time, although scary and uncertain and all of those things, is really the most incredible gift that we could ever get from Mother Nature. We are all being, not even asked, we are being forced to slow down. And I know that that slowdown can be really destabilizing and uncertain and all of those things, but I just offer the little bit of hope that I can to just say, it's going to be okay. Like, we're all going to get through this together, but it does require us to come into ourselves, to find our individual gifts, to be giving those to help restructure and repurpose the world as it is. Already people are having to work from home. We're starting to see that working from home and having more work-life balance is going to be better for us. So already that's coming in. And just being given this time allows us to look deeply into what works and what doesn't work in our life, and to let go of the things that don't work. Really quickly, we're starting to understand how important connection is, how important music and dance and the arts are. My daughter is out of school, like many kids, until the end of April at least, and I'm sure it's going to go longer than that. And right away, we have to repurpose our whole lives. We have to repurpose the way our home structures. or is structured. And right away for us, I thought we have to create an art station and a music station right away, because we have to be doing these things that are creative. So it's giving us an opportunity. And what I said also in January is that the feminine has been rising. And as of the first of the year, the feminine has come up, and like the genie in the bottle, she is out and she is not going back in. I had no idea how fierce it was going to be. And if you're familiar with the Hindu goddess Kali, look her up. She is fierce. She is a force to be reckoned with, and she does not mess around. And she is here, and she is the goddess of darkness, the destroyer. But out of that comes creation and beauty, and it fosters change. So we're getting this opportunity to really see our own independence, our own interdependence. We're getting to see how the way that we walk in the world has an effect on other people. We're being given this opportunity to see that it moves in a circle. It's not a straight line. And there is no hierarchical ladder that's going to get you out of the experience that all of us are here to have. It doesn't matter what color you are, what country you come from, your sexual orientation, your financial situation. Everyone is being affected by this. And we have to come together and find solutions. We have to figure out, how is it better? How can we do things better? We have to look at the earth. We have to look about, the way that we live. Everything is shifting and changing and growing, and so much of it has to be destroyed. It has to be taken all the way down to the studs so that we can incorporate the masculine and feminine, bring those things into balance, and work in a more sustainable, confident, and present world, so that we can be living from a sense of love and purpose, not of just grinding through the day and producing things just to produce. It's not just about making money and bringing it home. That whole way of living, it put us in a state of just being like an android. We're just drones moving around, not connected to our purpose and our life and our gifts. We were being asked to put ourselves into the mold of a job the way the company wants us to do it. And now we're saying, no, we're not going to do that. We have to look at what are our individual gifts, because all of us are here for a reason. We're here on this planet at this time for a specific reason. And the gifts that we have to give are going to affect the way the world moves forward. And we have to be in our gifts giving those. It's the whole reason why I left my job 2 years ago to step out and create an energy healing practice, because I knew that that was my gift and that was the thing that I needed to give to the world. And now the world is starting to catch up, and it's like, oh yeah, there is another way that we're supposed to be living. Let's look at living it. So a couple things. I'm going to give more suggestions this month than I probably ever have, because it's unprecedented time and it's crazy. So the very first one, house clearing. Things are about to get as jankety as they possibly can with everybody up in their homes, not leaving. Okay. So if you have never noticed the energy in your home and how it affects you, it's about to get real. So you're going to want to move the energy in your home to keep it clear and clean. There's a bunch of ways that you can do this. Music, dancing, singing, chanting, drumming. If you don't have a drum, you can literally just walk around your house clapping, and to clean and move the stagnant energy. Open the windows in your house. Get the air flowing. Incense, sage, all of those things are going to help move the energy. Chimes, if you have any of that, playing music, if you have instruments, play your instruments. Okay, let's see. Another thing, meditation could not be more important right now to stay grounded and sane in your body. There are a whole bunch of apps for this. Calm is a popular one. The one I use is Insight Timer. There's guided meditations, there's timed meditations, all of that. If you're brand new to meditation, I highly suggest guided meditations. Those are going to be the easiest for you to access, because it gives your mind something to do and something to focus on. The next thing, get physical. Stay in your body. We are energy beings. We are fluid. We have to stay moving. So the energy in our body, just like water in a cup, it gets stagnant if it's just sitting there. That's why the rivers flow, right? The water needs to move. So you need to stay physical. Go for walks. You could do yoga, exercise videos at home, whatever it is, but stay moving, stay physical. The other piece is create. So another way to keep your energy moving is to create writing, poetry, dance, music, painting, any kind of art. Those things are also going to help you get in touch with your intuition and your groundedness. It's going to help you connect with that river that's beneath all of the mental activity that's moving, right? Because this time in history is about moving from the head to the heart. We have to stop living in our head. So we have to come and we have to access that river that's beneath all of the busy mental activity. The next thing, nature. So what I love about this time is as we're all cooped up and we can't go to restaurants or bars or stores, there's all this stuff, there's all this limitation. The one thing that we have access to is the one thing that we need the most, and that is nature. So we are all made up of prana, the energy that moves in our body. So we need to connect with the prana from light, from the sun, from trees, and from the ground. When you're outside just doing a walk, you're automatically connecting with those things. Now that we're restricted into our homes, we're going to be disconnected maybe, from noticing like how much that stuff affects you. So you've got to go for a walk every day, at least once a day. Get out there, sing, dance. It's also a way to connect with people, which is my next piece, connection. Could not be more important, right? We are communal beings. We're supposed to connect with one another. So if we're disconnected, we're going to get really depressed. So get on Zoom, get on conference calls with people. This is a time to let go of texting and actually physically call someone, okay? Because you're going to need to hear people's voices and see their faces and know like, okay, you're here, you're there, everything's okay. It's just going to help the stability of your mind. And then the last thing, and there's so many more that I could talk about, but the last thing for right now is water. Drink so much water. We are energy beings, and water is a conductor of energy. Drinking water is going to help move the water that's in our bodies, right? And keep us from being stagnant. Okay. We are going to do a chant this month. All right. From here on out, I'm going to be doing more chanting. I'm going to be doing more guided meditations. I'll do that on Instagram, Facebook. I'll record audio recordings that you can download and listen to from your phone so that you can stay connected to this, all right? So this time we're going to do a longer chant, and I will write in the comments at the bottom. I'll write it out so that you can see what it is, but it's Asatoma Sat Gamaya, Tamaso Ma Joitir Gamaya, Mrichor Ma Amritam Gamaya. If you don't know what to say, just say Gamaya. It doesn't matter. Listen to it. Get it into your body. It translates as lead us from untruth to truth. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. So just find a cozy position, lay down, whatever, listen to the music. I'll record this separately as well on YouTube, and I'll do an audio recording so that you can have it in your phone accessible. So just let that settle into your bones. Calling the truth, the light, the wisdom, the joy, the prana, the happiness, the purpose of life back into your bones. Knowing that we are all connected, and you can open your eyes. So the last thing I want to leave you with is this deep wisdom and connection that we know in our hearts is possible, that we know is the way we are actually supposed to live. And I ask you all to please get in touch with that. You're probably not going to have a choice, because this trauma, tragedy, brings us into our hearts. It forces us to see and notice what is important and to live from that place. So I leave you with that. I will be on here more. I will be on Instagram doing stories, whatever I can do. If you have suggestions, if you have requests, please let me know what they are. I was working with a friend on a chakra series, so I may end up doing that online instead of in person, or offering it both. My women's circle for April, the next one, we just had the March one, but the April one for the April 16th, I will likely be doing on Zoom. So if you are not in Portland, Oregon, and you want to come, you can join virtually. I don't think there's probably going to be a way around that, because I don't anticipate things being better before then. So we'll see how that goes. You can check everything out on my website, devilmagenta.com. All of my services are still available. I do channeled writing for people called spirit readings. I do intuitive energy healing, which is a combination of energy healing and intuitive channeling. And I also do Reiki, which can be done virtually. So check all of those things out. I'm here for support, and, stay sane, stay connected with your people, do your meditation, do your chanting, and mostly stay in your heart. So I'll see you next time. Namaste.